Hello, this is Ragok, aka Uzo, and I wanted to take some time and talk a little bit about skill and how it relates to Guild Wars 2. One measure of skill is how you react to an opposing player's actions. Are your reactions appropriate? Are they timely? Some other games have simplified this process by adding cast bars in the UI. Cast bars make it almost trivial to react and interrupt another player's actions. Some games even allow mods that will pop up a text of what your enemy is using, or even play an audio sound file telling you what ability an opposing player is using. People who become too reliant on UI mods are going to have a hard time transitioning to Guild Wars 2 because they are going to have to react based off of animations and game sounds. Here's an example of reacting based off of an animation. Notice how this warrior has pulled their hammer back. I know this animation since I've played a hammer warrior myself, and I've practiced against the hammer warrior NPC in the mist. Evading that knockback was crucial since we were fighting over that control point. Here's the same ability from the Char warrior NPC in the mist. Notice how he pulls his hammer back behind him before he goes into the animation to knock you back. Generally speaking, it takes pretty good reaction speed to avoid a lot of the enemy attacks, since the animations are very quick and there are not many channeled abilities. As mentioned earlier, sometimes you react to another player's action by game sounds. For example, both Unload and Life Transfer have pretty distinctive game sounds. Keeping a close eye on weapon swaps is also going to be very important in Guild Wars 2, but you just don't need to watch for the weapon swap. You need to know what abilities you have to avoid when someone swaps to a certain weapon. During the past stress test, I had a couple of interesting 1v1s against an engineer. I'm able to avoid his first big bomb by evading, and I decide to use my Sanctuary offensively so I can build up a nice lead in health. Notice here I get a few good nice crits and it puts me well ahead in the fight. Not only is it going to be important to know what abilities you must dodge, you need to know what abilities you don't really need to dodge. So here I make a pretty big mistake because I end up wasting my dodge on some pistol shots, and it sets me up for a pretty damn nice sweet combo that the engineer pulls on me. The engineer dropped their bomb, and this time they pulled me into the bomb with the flamethrower. Since I was out of endurance from my earlier dodges, I wasn't able to dodge out of that, and I don't quite have the muscle memory built yet to activate my virtue to block in that type of situation. So in round 2 against this engineer, I know what to look out for and what to really try to avoid. I do not want to get pulled into that big bomb and eat that burst combination again. The big red circle on the ground means that they've placed their bomb, and you can see that they have switched to the flamethrower. So we know what's coming next. Here is that sequence again in regular speed. Honestly, I'm not really sure how consistently I could do something like that. However, there is one thing I do know. When you do something like that, you are rewarded for it. The engineer was never able to recover from just that one instant in this fight.